Hey gang, it's JC and this is the Daily Dose for Friday, June 3rd, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. We have great archives. At the top of the page, you want to see an old interview I did with Albert Brooks from the movie Defending Your Life. It's on the Video Village, and on the Wayback Machine, given the fact that this is the big Cubs-Cardinals weekend, we pulled a prank on Mike Bush years ago and brought his childhood hero on the air with us and surprised him. Glenn Beckert was his name, second baseman for the Chicago Cubs, because Mike grew up in the northern Chicago suburbs. That's on the Wayback Machine. You can check that out. And of course, we have eye candy right along the bottom strip. We have a good one for you today also in conjunction with the Cubs-Cardinal weekend. We are moving the showgram. We are moving to noon to 3. Right now we're on the air from 10 in the morning until 1 on the Big 550 KTRS here in St. Louis. But that show is moving a week from Monday. On June 13th, we are moving to noon to 3. Me and Trish Gazelle, Trish's Trash. You hear that every afternoon, and that will continue to be the case on the Big 550 KTRS. All right, going to be playing in a charity softball game Saturday afternoon down at Lindenwood Park, Jameson, south of 44, north of Chippewa. This is the annual Chris Rahor tournament. Gentleman passed away years ago. His friends still get together and have a tournament every year, and then they have the big celebrity game at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I'm going to be playing in that game, as well as my buddy Brian McKenna from KFNS, also Andy Banker from Fox 2, April Simpson from Fox 2, Kevin Wheeler from KMOX, good ball player, by the way, Danny Abted from the St. Louis Aces. She used to hate me, and now she just adores me. And Chief Dennis Jenkerson from the St. Louis Fire Department. And there are going to be other people that will be added on, too. Again, this is Saturday afternoon, Lindenwood Park, 3 o'clock. And if you're in the neighborhood, there's good stuff to eat and drink and everything like that. Come on by, throw a couple of bucks into the kettle and help out this family in the memory of Chris Rahor. All right, the World Atheist Convention starts in Dublin, Ireland today. It's like the old Henny Youngman joke. I used to be an atheist, but I gave it up. They don't have any holidays. The 84th National Spelling Bee took place yesterday. The winner was 11-year-old Timmy Jones from Georgia, who correctly spelled Galifianakis. I almost got that out with a straight face. Okay, new study shows that female drunk drivers are more likely to be older, alone, and unmarried. Maybe we shouldn't let Jennifer Aniston get behind the wheel anymore. And Mitt Romney is running for president of the Hair Club for Men. All right, what else we got here today? A lot of show business news, stuff like that. They say Bradley Cooper and Olivia Wilde are definitely hooking up. This is like one of those Bill Wyman type stories from the other day. Back in 1982, you'll recall that Ellen Barkin at the time was 28 years old, and her breakout role was in the movie Diner. It was directed by Barry Levinson. 3 years later, in 1985, Barry Levinson would have a son named Sam. Well, today, 57-year-old Ellen Barkin is shacking up with 26-year-old Sam Levinson. In addition to their 31-year-old age gap, Sam is only 5 years older than Ellen's son, Jack. Wow. Hey, it looks like they're going to go after John Edwards. They are going after John Edwards. And in the meantime, while the feds are basically saying that he used more than $1 million in campaign contributions to cover up his affair, now we're hearing that Riel Hunter has dumped him. So, man, oh man, sucks to be John Edwards today. 50-year-old Sean Penn was nailing 26-year-old Scarlett Johansson for the last few months. Didn't look like that was ever going to work out, and in fact, it hasn't. According to People magazine, they have gone Splitsville. Maria Shriver took off her wedding ring. Arnold still wearing his wedding ring. What's up with that? And on Monday, Lindsay Lohan's electronic bracelet went off. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, God, she's drinking again. She had a Xanax with a Bud Light chaser. What's the deal? Well, turns out the cop showed up, and it was a malfunction in the ankle bracelet. Sorry to disappoint all of you. Jerry Lewis is not hosting the annual Muscular Dystrophy Telethon on Labor Day this year, and his friends are worried that the whole thing is going to kill him. They're apparently going to let him come on to sing You'll Never Walk Alone, but that's it. He's 85 now. His health has been on the downslide for quite some time. 2 heart attacks, prostate cancer, diabetes, pulmonary fibrosis, and crippling back pain for Jerry Lewis. This is one of those random pieces of information, and it always seems to come out from one of the ex-wives or the former wife or something like that. Barbara Sinatra, who was married to Frank for 22 years, has a new book out, and she says that Frank was obsessed with staying clean and used to take 12 showers a day. You're in OCD territory right there. And he always smelled like lavender. And Heather Graham was asked by People magazine for some beauty tips, and she said, my only beauty tip is that I sleep 11 to 12 hours a night. 11 to 12 hours a night. That's her beauty secret, sleeping half of her life away. Heather was not in the Hangover 2, by the way. She said she's going to see the movie anyhow. She did not get a call from the directors and producers of Hangover 2. I don't know. Maybe she did and she slept through it. 11 to 12. I get like maybe 5. Meredith Vieira's last day on the Today Show is next Wednesday. And there are sort of rumors going around here. Maybe she'll return to The View. Barbara Walters says she's welcome back. Meredith Vieira has not said anything indicating that she would do that. She was on The View from its launch in '97 until mid-2006 when she left over to take the job vacated by Katie Couric on the Today Show. As you heard on Trish's Trash yesterday, Jane Lynch is going to be the host of the Primetime Emmys this year. That's September 18th on Fox. Nominations on July 14th. And NBC has announced they're bringing back Fear Factor, although nobody seems to know why. So there's this woman at a Kid Rock concert in Ontario, Canada on Tuesday, and she flashes her boobs to Kid Rock and gets hauled away by the security people. And she said, hey, look, it's an X-rated show. He's got videos of naked women all over the place. There's strippers running around all over the place. And I just figured I would join in. And it was not Kid Rock's security team that hauled her off. It was the arena security. And they have a policy, I even think it's printed on the back of the ticket, that says guests are required to wear shirts and shoes at all time. She wants a refund, and if she doesn't get one, she's going to sue. But if it's on that ticket and that's the policy, she is up the creek. Last episode of Glenn Beck's Fox News Show, Tuesday, June 30th, and that freak show will be over. I hope this isn't true, but according to a new survey, 30% of men say they wax down below before a beach vacation. And 6% of men say they don't just wax, they get a full Brazilian wax. Please tell me that's not true. And are you a man who thinks that pillows are nice? But I'm talking about real ones, like the derriere of a supple young woman. Well, now you can buy the Booty Pillow. It's shaped like a woman's buttocks, and it's designed to feel just like them. They sell for $30. We're at that time of year where people have all sorts of questions about what has to go in the refrigerator and what doesn't. I put everything in the refrigerator because I'm scared to death of food poisoning and ptomaine and botulism and all that sort of stuff. However, ketchup, it turns out, doesn't need to be refrigerated, even after opening it. Ketchup will last about a month in the pantry, about 6 months in the fridge. Mayonnaise, made from eggs, refrigerator. But soy sauce, jelly, and mustard can last, well, it says here they'll last years on a shelf when they're unopened, and months even after they have not been after you open them up, which says that you don't have to put them in the refrigerator. And according to new research, there are 4 things that will get you bitten by mosquitoes more often. Those things are wearing dark clothing, moving around too much, drinking beer, and having a fast metabolism. I have a couple of stories I'm going to do for you on Monday that have to do with people and what they say on their deathbeds. I'm going to have that for you on Monday, and it is one of those things that I read, and it shook me up to the point where I'm going to have to think about it all weekend before I'm going to know what to say about it. But come back on Monday. This woman basically worked in sort of like a hospice situation and did this for something like 10 years and wrote down all of the things that people said on their deathbeds. And it is, I'm telling you, it's just, I get the chills thinking about it, and it really does make you wonder. And I'm not kidding about this either. So I'm going to think about it all weekend, have that story for you on Monday. All right, Trish Gazelle will not be with us on the showgram on Monday's edition because she's going to be in Los Angeles at the MTV Movie Awards hosted by Saturday Night Live's Jason Sudeikis. Trish will be there, and she'll be checking in with us from LA on Monday, but she'll actually be in the crowd, and then they have a bunch of pre and post parties, and she's going to be at those things too. Birthdays this weekend. Angelina Jolie is 36. If you need gift ideas, just check out whatever Jennifer Aniston has and then steal it. Ron Livingston is having a birthday. By the way, did I say Angelina Jolie 36? Ron Livingston 44. Not a name that immediately just like shoots out at you, but you have seen him if you have seen the movie Office Space or Swingers, two of the great cult classics of all time. He played Peter Gibbons in Office Space, and he was Rob in Swingers, and he's just good in everything I've ever seen him in, and particularly those two movies. If you haven't seen Swingers, if you haven't seen Office Space, for God's sakes, what are you waiting for? They're two of the greatest movies ever made. And it was on this date in 2009 that David Carradine was found dead in a hotel room, autoerotic asphyxiation. And this was the kickoff to that summer of death back in 2009. Just in that summer alone, in addition to David Carradine, here's the list of people that went down. Michael Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Walter Cronkite, Ed McMahon, Billy Mays, Patrick Swayze, Ted Kennedy, Frank McCourt, and perhaps most importantly, Gidget, the Taco Bell Chihuahua. All right, JC's Eye Candy today. It was a couple of years ago. I was driving around in my old stomping grounds in northern Illinois, and about an hour west of Rockford, there's a little town called Freeport. And I saw a sign that said, I think it said Little Cubs Field. Little Cubs Field. I was like, what the hell? So we go out there and just drive a couple of miles off the highway, and it's a regulation-sized wiffle ball stadium, but the detail is astonishing in that they have replicated Wrigley Field right down to the scoreboard. When you see it, I'm telling you, I'm holding up this picture right now, but go look at it at JC's Eye Candy, which is right below what you're looking at right now. It was amazing. If you're into this sort of stuff, you gotta stop there on your summer vacation. Like I said, it's just a few miles outside of Freeport, Illinois, and it's yeah, what do you want? Lovely neighbors, lovely neighbors. Anyhow, it's a scaled down replica of Wrigley Field, and the detail is absolutely breathtaking. You got to check this thing out. And again, there's a website, I think it's called littlecubsfield.com, and you can check that out. That's JC's Eye Candy today, and that's it. The Daily Dose for Friday, June 3rd, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Stay cool this weekend. Temperatures approaching 100 degrees. And don't forget, we are moving the showgram of the Big 550 KTRS a week from Monday, June 13th. We go from noon until 3 o'clock, starting Monday, June 13th. In the meantime, that's it. JC's Daily Dose for the 3rd of June, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.